Yo guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. It's been absolutely ages since I've actually done a video on the channel because of the international break. Obviously there's been no Championship and Premier League games on, but this weekend we are back with the Championship and Premier League. I'm very excited for the Championship and Premier League to be back. Honestly, the international break was so boring. So I am glad that we have Championship and Premier League football back. And yeah, before we get into it, let me just say some of these predictions I've made are really bold, like especially ones in the Premier League. So yeah, keep watching until the Premier League predictions because some of them get really bold. So you wouldn't want to miss them. But starting out with the Championship games, the game going on tonight between Birmingham and Derby. So obviously before the international break, Birmingham picked up a 1-1 draw away to Barnsley, and Derby also actually picked up a 1-1 draw at home to rivals Nottingham Forest. Both had really good starts to the season. Especially when you look at Derby's, their coincidences. But I do reckon Birmingham have too much quality for them. So I'm going to say a 2-1 win for Birmingham. Next up, Blackburn against Luton. And, oh God, this I can only see this being a bore fest, to be fair. I'll just go with a basic 0-0 draw. Next up, Stoke going against Huddersfield. This will be a very interesting game. On paper, in my opinion, Stoke have a more fantastic squad. There's no debate in it. In my opinion, Stoke have a way more better squad than Huddersfield do. But if Huddersfield can get a point out of this game, then hear me out here. They could be in contention for playoffs. I'm not even lying. In my opinion, if Huddersfield can get a point out of this game, they could be in contention for the playoffs this season. In my opinion, that's me going really bold. But yeah, but this will be a tough game for Huddersfield though. Stoke away won't be easy, but I'm going to back Huddersfield. I'm going to say a 2-2 draw, and hopefully my prediction comes true. But next up, we have Bournemouth going up against Barnsley. This one will be quite an interesting game. Bournemouth, obviously, picking up that, it was the 0-0 draw away to Hull for an international break, and Barnsley obviously drawing 1-1 to Birmingham. But I do think Bournemouth would just have too much quality for Barnsley. It's no doubt they'll be in the playoffs or possibly even the top 2 coming the end of the season. They'll definitely be in the top 6 coming the end of the season. So I'm going to say this will be a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. Next up is my club, Bristol City, going against Preston. And we've made it to the other boring game. So I'm just going to say 0-0 draw again. I can see that being very boring and ending as a 0-0 draw. But next up is Coventry going against Middlesbrough. Coventry obviously having a really good start to the season. Middlesbrough having a decent start to the season. But Coventry have started to play some of the tougher teams in the league so far. Obviously for the international break, we played QPR, which was unluckily for them a 2-0 defeat. And now we're playing Middlesbrough, which is also a tough game. Coventry, obviously, as I just said, very good start to the season. But I don't think they'll be in the top 6 coming in the season. I can't see that happening. I think they'll face material, to be fair, so I'm going to say it's a 2-1 win for Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough will be pushing for playoffs. So yeah, they have so much quality, Middlesbrough. They've done one of the best in the transfer window in the league, in my opinion. So I'm going to say it's going to be a 2-1 win for Middlesbrough. Next up, Reading going against QPR. QPR obviously having a brilliant start to the season. They'll be in the top 6 coming in the season, in my opinion. Reading having an okay start to the season, but you've got to look at the circumstance that they find themselves in. They're in a little bit of a transfer embargo, and also I just forgot, Lucas Shaw might still be injured. I'm not too sure about that, but still, I do think QPR do have too much quality. Whether Zhao or key players like that are back, I'm not too sure about Rennan's injury list and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going to say 2-1 for QPR. I think they're just going to edge this one. Next up, Sheffield United going against Peterborough. Now, Sheffield United have been really disappointing so far this season. They're 23rd in the league. They've picked up 2 points all season, scored 1 goal. But this is when they start their start to life in the Championship again, starts to kick in. If you saw Ryan Brewster in the England 21s this week, he was phenomenal, honestly. So I reckon that might give him confidence for this Championship season. I mean, if we think about him when he was last in Championship with Swansea, he was on fire. Seriously, he was the reason mostly that Swansea got in the playoffs that year. So I reckon this will be a 2-0 win for Peterborough and Ryan Brewster to get his first goal of the season. You heard it here first. Next up, we go to Blackpool going against Fulham, and look, this, I'm just going to say right now, 3-1 win to Fulham. Yeah, Fulham are going to smash Blackpool, aren't they? That's just common knowledge. We don't really need to talk much about that one. Moving on to the next one, West Brom going up against Millwall. West Brom, phenomenal start to the season, as you would expect. Yeah, they've been in the top 2 in my opinion along with Fulham this season. I know I did say it all the way back last month in my Championship table prediction to become like 4th, but now I seem to regret that because they do look very good this season, and they are a side that aren't good, that look like they're not messing about this season. Also, Millwall, pretty poor start to the season, but I do think they will still be pushing for playoffs coming in the season. But also, West Brom do have too much quality for Millwall. I'm sorry, but yeah, they do have too much quality for Millwall. So West Brom will win this 2-1. Next up is Nottingham Forest going up against Cardiff, the last Championship game. And hear me out here. Hear me out. Nottingham Forest are going to win this game. Yes, you heard it here first, and let me explain why. So, basically, Nottingham Forest, on the last day, on transfer deadline day, they brought in like quite a few. I think they only brought in, maybe it was at Jed Spence, but after the transfer, when they brought a lot of free agents that were defenders, so they're quite covered defensively now, and which is good because we, as some of you may know, mostly people on my channel, because most of you are not Forest fans, as you know, you guys play very defensive football. So basically, right, Cardiff like to put teams under pressure from minute 1 to minute 90. But Nottingham Forest like to play defensive football, and they've got one of, if not the best defence in the league this season. I'm not even joking. So yeah, I reckon Nottingham Forest will get a goal on the counter-attack and win this 1-0. You heard it here first, guys. Nottingham Forest are going to get their first win of the season, and it's going to be against none other than Bristol City's main rivals in this league, Cardiff City. But next, we're going to go to the Premier League now. Palace going up against Spurs. Listen, do I need to say much really? Spurs are going to win this like 3-1. They're going to absolutely smash Crystal Palace because, yeah, they just have way too much quality. I do reckon Crystal Palace will get a goal, but, yeah, Spurs just have too much quality and they will stay top of the league for yet another week. Next up, Southampton going up against West Ham. Southampton got that lucky draw, away to Newcastle 2-2 when they got awarded like a 96th minute penalty and James Ward-Prowse does what he does best and tucks it away to snatch Southampton a point. West Ham, they after thrashing Leicester, they didn't look that good to be honest against Palace. It was a 2-2 draw, so I reckon Southampton could get a point out of this. I've going Southampton 1, West Ham 1. Next up is Brentford going up against Brighton, and Brentford will do very well in the league this season, in my opinion. They've started very good to life in the Premier League. Obviously beating Arsenal on the opening day, but was it really that hard? Arsenal weren't, obviously Arsenal weren't the greatest club anymore, let's be honest. But then, 0-0 draw at Palace, that's not a bad result. But then 1-1 against Villa, a team that was backed by a load of people, including myself, to get Europe this season. Brentford went away to Villa and held out a 1-1 draw against them. And obviously Brighton, I think will be in a relegation scrap this season. Yes, they won their first 2 games against, who was it on the opening day of the season? I can't remember off the top of my head, but then they beat Watford and also they lost to Everton. And now I just remembered also they did beat Burnley 2-1 on the opening day. Everton was kind of like the game which got like Brighton players and fans thinking, in my opinion, oh crap, we're in a relegation scrap this season. That could be me just, spitting absolute rubbish really, but it's just my opinion. So yeah, Brentford are going to win this game 2-1. Brentford will do very well in the Premier League. There's no doubt about that. Next up, Leicester going up against Man City. This is going to be so funny. Jesus Christ. Basically, right, if you've seen the news, the FA have banned Brazilian players from participating in Premier League games this week. I don't know why. There's a huge scandal between the Brazil-Argentina game, but it was nothing to do with the Brazilian players. It was all to do with the Argentinian players like Lo Celso and Emi Martinez and Buendia. It was nothing to do with the Brazilian players. So why they've gone ahead and banned Brazilian players, I have no idea. But this is going to be so funny for Man City. Well, for Leicester fans mostly, because, right, obviously Ederson, he's Brazilian, he's out. Their second choice goalkeeper, Zach Steffen, he has COVID, I'm pretty sure. So they're going to have to bring up Scott Carson or either that youngster Bazunu from Ireland, which, let's face it, Bazunu, yes, he did save a penalty against Ronaldo, but this is Premier League football, and also there is still a chance that Scott Carson could play, and if he does play, then Leicester are gonna just absolutely make fun of Man City. I'm disappointed myself. I've now gone for only a 2-1 Leicester win, because I think it could be way more than that, but that's what I'll go with, 2-1 Leicester. Gosh, imagine just to see Scott Carson or Brazilian play is going to be absolutely hilarious this weekend. Next is the game that will get the most watches. Is Man United going up against Newcastle United. Ronaldo is back at his home, and this is going to be a big one. Man United, I think, will win 3-1. They obviously have too much quality for Newcastle. Like, Jesus Christ, they're in a tight race this year with the signs they got, like Ronaldo, Sancho, Varane, and yeah, I think Man United will win 3-1. Ronaldo is going to get a goal in his debut, in my opinion, and I hope he does as well, because I got him in my FPL. I got a front three of Ronaldo, Lukaku and Kane, the best front three in the Premier League, in my opinion. So yeah, I've literally just splashed the whole cash on them, and then basically put all average players really, in like everywhere else, and I'm just hoping Ronaldo, Lukaku and Kane, basically, I'm relying on them this weekend pretty much. Hopefully they get me a load of points. I've like Captain Ronaldo, I think about just Captain Kane or something, so yeah, hopefully they get me a load of points. Next up, we go to another funny game, Arsenal going against Norwich. This is now classified as a relegation 6-pointer, whatever you want to call it. Oh my god. Oh, this is going to be funny to watch. Because both teams, let's be honest, are pretty rubbish. Yeah, I've gone pretty bold with this prediction. I'm saying 2-1 Norwich. It's got to happen, boys. Mark my words. Norwich are going to win 2-1 at Arsenal, which would be absolutely hilarious to see. Norwich get their first win of the season. Arsenal still bottom of the league. Hopefully that just comes true, because, you know, everyone would like to see that, I would believe, apart from Arsenal fans. But actually, let's be real here. Do Arsenal have support nowadays? No, they really don't. I'm going to be, brutally honest with you guys. If any of you guys out there are watching, you're Arsenal fans, your fans literally at the Etihad before the international break celebrating one of Man City's goals. Like, yeah, you have zero support now. Zero, I'm telling you. Just because the clubs are going through turmoil, the fans are like, oh, let's stop supporting them. Let's support a team who's doing great this year. That's the feeling I'm kind of getting with Arsenal this season. But next we go to Watford versus Wolves. I mean, this will be an interesting game, to be fair. Watford, they got that win against Aston Villa at the first opening day of the season. 3-2. Then they lost to Brighton and Spurs. Wolves lost all 3 games so far, but I do reckon Wolves will pick up their first win of the season there. I'm going to say 2-1 to Wolves. Next up, we have Chelsea going up against Aston Villa. So, this is going to be interesting. Thiago Silva is out because obviously he's Brazilian. Reece James is out because he got a very harsh red card against Liverpool, which sparked petitions for Anthony Taylor to never referee a Chelsea game ever again. So, as you may or may not know, Azpilicueta has been playing in the centre-back role so far for Chelsea this season. We'll be playing a back 3/back 5 this season. But, obviously, Reece James is a right back, and Azpilicueta is a right back as well. But Reece James is out, so Azpilicueta is going to have to play right back. Who fills in for the other centre back option? None other than Trevor Chalobah. Yes, he did. Scored that brilliant goal against Crystal Palace on opening this season. I'm not disputing that, but let's be real here. He's not absolute quality yet. You know, yes, he may have got a lucky goal, you could say, against Crystal Palace. You know, you just thought, you know, let's have a crack. Boom, it goes in. Wow, look at that. What luck. But yeah, he's not absolute class yet. Don't get too excited about Chalobah just because he scored an amazing goal against Crystal Palace on the opening of the season. He's pretty crap, I'm not going to lie. Loan spells out to Ipswich, who got relegated when he played for them in the 18-19 season, and Huddersfield, who, let's be real here, they were scrapping relegation when he was playing for them, I believe, in the 19-20 season, and if it was last season, also Huddersfield were again scrapping relegation. He is not a quality player, that's what I'm trying to say. So, I've gone bold here. Aston Villa, they have Emi Buendia and Emi Martinez. I don't know how, because Argentina players, those two, along with the So-So, obviously, but he's at Spurs, those two players caused this whole scandal with the Brazil-Argentina match. I don't know what happened. I don't really know what happened to us, but caused that huge scandal. But somehow are still in the team. So I'm going bold here. Chelsea 1, Villa 2, and also almost 10 years ago today, a very iconic match happened between Chelsea and Villa. You may not know this, but Chelsea went 1-0 up through a Lampard penalty. 20 minutes later, Aston Villa equalised with a penalty from Ashley Young. 2 minutes into the second half, Aston Villa take the lead through none other than Emil Heskey. 6 minutes to go, Drogba equalises. 89th minute, Terry scores. Chelsea fans think they've won the game, but in the 91st minute, Kieran Clark, unmarked header from literally 6 yards out, just easily heads it into the bottom corner. Check, didn't even bother. So yeah, it's not an anniversary, but it came out on Sky Sports Football Week, or the PL Vault or something. So yeah, that's basically my logic for this game. So I'm saying a 2-1 win for Aston Villa, which will be huge. Next up, though, we go to Leeds versus Liverpool. And listen, right? Leeds are without, who is it? Rafinha, because he's Brazilian, obviously. They don't have him. And also, I forgot that Man United are without Fred. But, yeah, who cares about Fred? But still, Donny probably won't play. But, yeah, enough about Man United, because talk about Leeds versus Liverpool here. Liverpool, they're missing 3 players because they have 3 Brazilian players. They have Alisson, who is arguably the most important out of the 3. They have Fabinho out, and they have Firmino out. Actually, I'm playing in goal again. Let's go, boys. Absolute comedy. Come on. Oh, you can't beat it, honestly. Yeah, 1-0 Leeds win, I'm saying. You know, I want to see Leeds basically do an upset here. And they could, because Adrian's in goal. They're missing Fabinho, and they're missing Firmino. Jota is better, but Firmino is still going to stay a world-class player. But yeah, I'm saying 1-0 to Leeds. Adrian to make it, yeah, another mistake for Liverpool Football Club. You absolutely love to see it. And to finish things off, Everton going up against Burnley. Richarlison is still playing because apparently Everton have a relationship with the CBF, which is like their version of the FA or something. I don't know. But Richarlison's still allowed to play, which in my opinion is unfair. And who really knows about Everton's relationship with the CBF. You know, it could be absolute rubbish that that people have just been putting out, like, oh, Richardson's not playing because Everton have a great relationship with CBF. Like, you don't know that. But somehow Richardson is still allowed to play, even though all of the other Brazilian players in the Premier League are not allowed to play. But still, it's Burnley. Burnley are crap. I'm sorry. I know a Burnley fan who is subscribed to my channel. I'm sorry to break it to you, mate, but I can't say much being a Bristol fan. But you're basically crap. You play boring football, and yeah, no one likes Burnley. I've got to be honest. So I'm going to say this will be a 2-1 win for Everton. Right, that finally wraps up the video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, get subscribed down below, and yeah, comment your predictions, obviously, because the prediction league is back this weekend, and yeah, I'm excited for this. Yeah, see you guys later.